Hi, my name is Oksana and I'm a co-founder of an international recruitment company. And today I wanted to share with you some thoughts on why some candidates and maybe you yourself are struggling to find a new job. Okay, first things first. Reason number one why you may be rejected from the jobs is that you're applying to the wrong companies. There are plenty of companies out there. There are big companies, there are small companies, there are new companies, there are old companies, there are like local companies or international. There are some very progressive, dynamic companies. There are some very old-fashioned and set in their ways companies. Each HR manager or recruiter in all of those companies, before they start looking for a new candidate, they create a portrait of a perfect candidate. They include there, besides the experience and qualifications and the skills that you might need, they also include your personal qualities that they desire. Why is that? Because, as I mentioned, every company is different and every company is interested for a person to come and fit well into the corporate culture, into their team, because otherwise you will leave very quickly. You need to do the same. You need to create a perfect company profile. You probably already have it somewhere in the back of your head, but you need to actually articulate it for yourself and define what kind of company you want to work in. So let's say our company, we are a recruitment company, and since COVID started, we switched to working remotely. All our recruiters, they are working from home, from different countries. So this means that we are looking for people with independent mindset, who can make their decisions, who can manage their time, who doesn't need constant guidance, where some people could thrive under these circumstances. So there is no pressure. You can work in the night, you can work in the morning, you can have your flexible schedule. But some people, they are looking for something more structured. They need somebody to tell them what exactly they should do, what kind of procedure, what kind of path they should follow. So you have to also very clearly understand what kind of company you want to work at. Once you've established that and you're going through different job ads, before applying to a job, go to the company website and see their About Us section, see their values, see their goals, see how they present themselves, see what is the brand about. Do you like it? Do you feel that your vision of the company that you want to work in, your values align with what is shown there? Even just simply look at the aesthetic of the website. Do you like it? Do you think it's cool? Do you would you be proud to work in a company like that? If no, don't waste your time, don't apply. You will not be shortlisted, because during the interview, the HR manager will, as well as you, understand that this is not your cup of tea. You will not be happy at that place, and they are not interested to hire somebody who will leave in a few months. If you're applying to the companies that you are not interested in working, or that simply does not fit your expectations, you will get rejected a lot, and that will also hit your self-esteem, because even if the company isn't really good, if you get rejected a few times, you kind of start thinking that something is wrong with you. But the problem could be that you just are not a good fit. And on another hand, if you're applying only for companies that you checked their website, you learned about the companies, and you understand that this is the company that you actually are very interested to work in, this will show at your interview. And when it comes to the question, why do you want to work with our company, you can generally tell them that you're interested, that your goals, your vision, your values are very much aligned with what company is doing. And this is a super big plus for you during the interview. So before applying to any company, make sure that this is the company that you really want to work at, and that it could suffice your expectations. Reason number two is that your application process is flawed. So I can do the whole separate video, and let me know in the comments if you're interested on how the perfect CV should look like. But here I just want to point out two major things that tremendously will change the outcome of your applications. First, A lot of candidates create one CV and send it out to all the different companies. I will let you in on a little secret. A recruiter or HR manager spends on average about 7 seconds on each application. So this is all the time you have to make an impression. To do that, you need to make sure that your CV has 2 things. First, it is precisely tailored for the position that you're applying for. What do I mean? Let's recall the ideal candidate portrait that each HR manager has. You have to carefully look through the job post and see what skills, what qualifications, what requirements they need, and make sure that all the same words are used in your CV. If it's communicative, put communicative. If it's like even super obvious skill, but it is needed, put that in your CV if you have that skill. I'm not talking about lying, but everything that is mentioned in the requirements directly or between the line, you need to put that and reflect that in your CV. The chances are that they will choose the guys who have higher match level with the job description that they have in mind. And if you think that you will tell them during the interview that you have something that you haven't mentioned on your CV, or like you'll show them all that you have later on, don't fool yourself. You will not have a chance. You need to put everything you know, everything you have in your CV, and make sure that it is as close to the job description and job requirements as possible. This is the first thing. Second thing is, your CV has to look presentable. I know this is kind of like very obvious thing and it's been talked about for ages, but for some reason, so many candidates still don't get it. Imagine you have 2 candidates who come for a personal interview. One is in clean, tidy shirt with a little bit makeup. He or she is well groomed, looking professional. Even though you haven't spoken to the person, you already have kind of respect for them and you have kind of pleasant feelings towards that person. And like on this hand, you have a person who came in dirty shoes with unwashed hair, smells funny, his clothes is all cluttered. Even if he is like a super professional, you don't know that yet. And you already have like preset attitude towards this candidate. Same goes for your CVs. During the 7 seconds when I look at the CV, I should be able to identify and find all the information that I need. So the information there should be very clean, very structured, very readable. The navigation around your CV should be easy. So if I want education, I can find it. So avoid your CV looking messy. And I know that not everybody thinks that this is a good idea, but I do really recommend always include your picture in the CV, because our visual memory works way better, and it is always nice for HR manager to put, you know, the text and all the skills to some specific picture of a person. But when you do include your picture, please make sure it looks professional. I don't mean it should be taken by a professional like in a studio or something, but it should be presentable. You want employer for the first time to see you at your best. Okay, now we have eliminated 2 major reasons for rejection. So the third thing that could go wrong is the actual interview. And this is what we're gonna talk about here. A lot of people take interview as some kind of exam, like the test that you have to like pass. I will not stop right now on the hard skills, because if you are like not able to do something, you can get a course, you can get experience and learn how to do that. During the interview, if like your skills and qualifications are good for the position, if you are fit for the company, rather than that, all the companies out there just looking for a very simple thing. They're looking for a responsible person who understands the job, who can get the job done, and who would not create too much drama or like trouble at the workplace. So they could be a team player. Don't take the interview as some kind of test. Take it as a conversation with the company that you already know you want to work for and that you know you will be a good fit for, about a job that you already know that you can do, and about yourself. This is that easy. And the last thing that I wanted to mention is Make sure that wherever you go, you don't have enemies, you don't have big problems, because your current job is the part of your next job search. And if you have bad relationship with this employer, it will sometime come up in the future. We had quite a few candidates who were rejected, or like whose offers were withdrawn after employers spoken to their previous employers. So just be mindful of your behavior throughout your career. This will help you in the future. Plus, if you have good relationship with your current employer, it may help you even find the next job faster, because you just may get recommended. And if you're getting recommended to somebody for a job, this is like 50%, maybe even more, that you're already getting the job. So building the relationships with your current employers could be also a great investment in your future job.